Hi gymnasts, Coach Anna here, and I am talking about reflecting on this past year. What worked for you, what didn't work for you, and figuring out what you can do in 2022 to make your gymnastics season even more successful. Now, I absolutely love this time of year because I love doing this exercise. I think it is so powerful to look back on your year. And I know it can be a little wonky, especially if you're a compulsory gymnast and maybe you're done competing, or you're an optional gymnast and maybe you haven't started, or you're mid-season. And so January kind of hits at somewhat of an awkward time. But because this is traditionally the time of year when goals are made and everyone sort of has that energy of this newness and starting over, I think it's still a really good time for you as a gymnast to do this. Now, the reason why I want you to reflect back on your year, again, even though it probably encompasses like maybe part of your season and summer training and other things, it doesn't follow your season. But I want you to do this because you can gain so much information from it. And what a lot of gymnasts will do is, one season will end and they'll go to the next season without actually reflecting back on what's been working, what hasn't been working, what are some changes I need to make, what is, holding me back. And if you go forward without reflecting on that, you're not going to get better. You're just going to go along the same. And 2022 is just going to be another year, just like 2021. Now, if 2021 was a really great year for you, that's great. But if you don't know what you did to make it so good, then you can't repeat it or duplicate it for 2022. So what I want you to do is you can download the PDF that I created, and you're going to go through and you're going to think about what was good this past year. And we're looking at 2021 from January to December, and you're looking through, so you might have some of last season in there, and you're thinking, okay, how did it go? What were some good things that happened? Why did those good things happen? Did I, put in extra work? Did I have a really supportive coach? Did I switch gyms? Did I get a big rest? And so I was feeling like I had a lot of energy this season. Did I, do really well in summer training because I had like no pressure and I was just having fun, or I was just happy to be back in gym again after COVID? What happened to make your last year such a success? Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you had a really bad year. Maybe things did not go your way. Well, reflect on that too. You might want to just forget about it, I know, but you still need to reflect on it before putting it in the past. So why was it so bad? What did not go your way and why? Was it that you got stuck on a skill and you couldn't get your mindset past that? Is it that you had some mean teammates that were really bothering you throughout the year? Or maybe your coach wasn't supportive, or maybe you weren't as motivated. What happened? It is so important that you have that reflection time to really look back, look at the good and the not so good, and figure out why did each of those happen. And when you look at the good, you go, okay, this all happened. What can I duplicate? What can I keep going forward in 2022? When you look at the not so good, you go, all right, what can I do differently so this doesn't happen again in 2022? And you write that stuff down, and then you work on that throughout 2022. You work on replicating those things or changing the habits that maybe haven't been helping you so that you can have a more successful 2022. So I want you to do this exercise. This is the perfect week to do it. Most of you are on winter break. It's also a good time to reflect with January 1st coming up. And again, even if you're mid-season and it kind of feels like an awkward time to do this, I want you to do it anyway. Then after you've done all this, if you haven't already, you need to create your vision board. So those are some things I want you to do, but it's so important that you reflect on this past year and that you just really take note of how you did. What worked, what didn't, what can you do better or different in 2022. All right, so get to work, and I can't wait to hear all about your goals for 2022 and to hear what you found by doing this exercise.